Which is the best elicitation technique to use when your project team wants to facilitate a discussion with a certain set of users? Certain set of users is the keyword to get a better understanding on how they might use your project product. Yes, Ganesh, correct. This is the keyword actually that you select as specific people, and we call it exactly the same thing as we answered Osman. Yes, good, very nice. Certain set of user is actually the same thing. So Ganesh and Osman, yes, you are correct. Hari, no. Hari, what you're selecting, this is group decision making technique. Plurality is group decision making technique. Benchmarking is not elicitation technique. Benchmarking is collect requirement technique. Document analysis is also collect requirement technique. You need to elicitate. For elicitate, the word is what? Focus group, because it matches with certain users, certain set of users. That is the example I think I explained in the class also. That if you have like if you want to discuss with some specific users like accounts, finance, HR, IT, procurement, supply chain, inventory, compliance, so you will call the relevant people instead of calling everyone. So the data you will get from these relevant people will be more concrete than just a data only. So that's why we call it focus group. Okay, let's go next. Number 2, the project team is reviewing the requirement documentations that they are responsible for working on. Requirements documentation, and I think you know the answer before even we reach to the answer, that they are responsible for working on. Which project artifact can they reference to see the connections between the requirements and the business and project objectives? Answer is very clear. When we were reading the question, we knew the answer. Yes, Ganesh, correct. Naveed, yes, good. Hari, yes, very nice. That's what we call it. Requirement traceability matrix, where you can track the requirement with backward and forward, which connects up project objectives, or in the definition we said from origin to destination. Very good. And RACI chart is used for the stakeholder engagement or resource management plan. Charter is used for the commitment, and a scope management plan is used to provide basis on which you will create the scope of the project. Next question, months into the project, work on a planning package needs to be planning package. What we call planning package? Anyone remembers? What is planning package?
Work package.
Which type of work package?
That is under the control accounts. We have the work package, no, each work package.
Look, we have work package and we have planning package. Planning package is where we remember that in the WBS there were blue color work packages and there was a green color work package. We used to call it planning component, where the details are not available, only the name of the work package is available. And we do it on the rolling wave planning. Got it or not?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Okay. So months into the project, work on a planning package needs to be further broken down and scheduled. Which of the following should be done by the project team? This answer can never be the right answer. Keep the original unchanged. Use the work package that were defined at the start of the project for the planning package. Update the WBS as the planning package is converted into work package. Obtain a change request for planning package for change control board. Yes, Hari, your answer is correct. Even when you will read it, you will find it. Ganesh, yes, Navid, yes, very good. Very nice. Now the details are available. So what we'll do? Mohsin, no. you will update the dictionary because planning package is now converted into work package. So I hope all of you got the point. Did you?
Yeah, I mean the same, but I typed wrongly.
No problem at all. Okay, next question. Question number 4. An architecture firm has spent a great deal of time and effort creating a design and blueprint for the build. They had to purchase materials and hire consultants and have been working on this project for 6 months. They have submitted all the invoices for the money they have spent on the work. They have submitted all the invoices on the work. Forget the options. This is which type of contract? Forget the options.
Cost reimbursable.
Exactly, cost reimbursable, right?
Yeah.
So look, when you're, mashallah, you guys are so much confident now that when you're reading the question, you already know the answer, right? By reading the sentence, your instincts will warn you or alarm you. Oh, this is this one. I need to select or I need to find an answer. Okay, if I add one line here, the money for the money they have spent on the work, which was decided per day basis or per hour basis, then what would be your answer?
Time and material.
Exactly. When the timeline is given, so we call it time and material. Because the unit rate is defined. So here the answer is cost reimbursable. And if I change it to that the invoices have spent for the first 25% as discussed, so then it will be as decided.
Is fixed price.
Then it will be fixed price. Great. So for this, look, when we are solving, we know that which answer relates to which ones. And that's what I always call it, that you should be damn sure about your answers. You're not going to come back. You know what you have done. You're not doing the answers on guesses or hunches only. Next, when can the contract closeout occur? Contract can be ended at any time, right? So let's see what are the reasons. At the end of the project, I told you if you find a word only, these type of answers can never be the right answers. Only, must, can't, all. These type of general answers can never be the right answers. Whenever a contract is completed and accepted at the project only unless the project is terminated early, or whenever a seller is selected. When we select a seller, we start the contract, not terminate the contract. So A and D cannot be the answer, remaining B and C. Which one you think is better? Answer on the chat window, please. We have 50% this and 50% that. And as I have already discussed, if you find this word only, that can never be the right answer. So exactly, yes, B is the right answer. These only words will give you the very quick hint that it cannot be the right answer because there's nothing called only. Everything has a different situation. So don't go into the trap of only and this and that. Now next, what are the goals of contract closeout? And you have to select 3 answers, which means find a wrong answer or find 3 right answers. To arrange final settlement of seller payments and claims, to verify work was done and delivered to specifications, to provide performance evaluation of seller staff, to provide to update contract records and document. So out of these 4 options, 1 option belongs to the monitoring and controlling and 3 options belongs to the closeout. Which one it is? Mohsen, yes, good, very nice. Salman, yes, very good. Ganesh, why you will do this? Look, the last option you have selected, everything is correct except the last word. Hari, no. Naved, yes, good. If you look and read C, to provide performance evaluation of seller, till here everything is correct. But staff, what I have to do with the staff? I'm not concerned with staff. You are dealing with the seller. So this is not the answer except this. All are the correct answer. You guys agree?
Yeah, but contract records in the sense, or it is like a
The lesson learned, you have to update it, right?
lesson learned. Okay, okay. Update the lesson learned and documents. Okay.
Archives.
Yeah, okay, okay.
Next, in what situation would you not perform the close project or phase? And I think also it is very clear answer. When a project is terminated, when a project phase is complete, when the customer validates the entire deliverable, or when a project is complete. Exactly, Ganesh. Very nice. Mohsen, no. You have to perform closeout at every stage except one. Navid, no. Why? Whether the project terminated, you must perform closeout. Always remember, closeout always happens. Interim deliverable will never be the closeout. If I remove the word deliverable, then it could be the right answer. But interim deliverable, no. Because of interim, this answer is wrong. So this is the answer of the question. That in which condition you would not perform the closing of the contract or the phase of the project. Till here, as I'm saying again, till the whole answer is okay except interim mode. If interim word remove it, everything will be correct. Next question. If the project was terminated early, why would the project manager insist that the project team perform the close project or phase process? And you know the reason. Why we do it? Forget options. Why the project manager always insist? What is the reason? What is the purpose of closeout?
For administrative closeout.
No, no. What is the purpose? Yeah, it is one of the reason. But even if it is incomplete, what is the purpose?
Legal, financial.
To collect the lesson learned. Okay. Whenever it is going to be created, it has to be what? Collect the lesson learned. So now let's read it. To document the reason why the project was terminated early and how to transfer the finished and unfinished deliverables to others. The project should insist this is a waste of the team member time since no one wants the project or its output any longer. To make sure everyone knows that the reason for the project termination was his fault. To document lesson learned so mistakes won't be repeated in the future projects. And I think two answers are very, very tight to each other.
A and B.
I think you have to select
A and
because
B.
if it is radio button, then you have to select only one.
A and B.
You have to select only one. You have to select. Look, for sure, the C cannot be the answer, and for sure,
Yeah.
B cannot be the answer. So remaining is A and D, and they are very, very
And
close. Which one you will select from A or D?
D, because they're saying how to transfer the finished and unfinished deliverable to others. So it is terminated.
Because it is
Terminated
terminated.
half.
A is the right answer. Because the question doesn't say because of the mistake, right? Did question explain anything about the mistake? No. So it's asking that it's terminated. So you will mention the reasons of termination. So in this case, our answer, which is correct, is A.
A.
And all of you are convinced, right? I am not doing the autocratic style. We are convinced with the answers.
Yeah.
The PM wants to make sure all team members understand the importance of the whole closing process and ask if there are any more questions. One team member asked what would happen if this process was not done. Again, the same answer. Please go ahead. The customer would not be obliged to pay. The next related activities might not get started. Stakeholders wouldn't have any faith in the project. Team members wouldn't be allowed to assign to future projects. When you will not close the phase of the project, what could happen? Great, Naved and Ganesh. Yes, motion. Yes, good. Hari, yes. Naman, no. When it will happen, the next phase cannot start. Yes, great. Very nice. The next activity phase or project might not get started. The rest of the answers are totally irrelevant. They have no relation to the question in any way. Next, in a large organization that utilizes a PMO, who is responsible for managing the governance of project? Really? You would be lucky if these type of questions will come in exam. Exactly, yes, Usman, very nice. If you have answered for this. Mohsen, yes. Ganesh, yes. Good. Naved, yes. Very nice. Hari, yes. Good. Exactly. PMO is responsible for managing the governance of the project. Project manager can never do anything in governance. Organization is different, and change control board has no role in the PMO. In a multi-phase project, when are assumptions validated and risk analyzed? At the end of the project, at the beginning of each phase, at the end of each phase, or as specified in the governance document? Harry, your answer should be first. Harry, no. Usman, yes. Naveed, yes. Ganesh, yes. Naman, no. Hari, still no. When assumptions are validated and risk analyzed at the beginning of each phase, not at the end of each phase. Because when you'll be starting the phase, you'll be checking what are the assumptions and you will be analyzing those assumptions before starting the project. You will not start the project only on the assumptions. So you'll check how many assumptions are correct and how many are wrong. And this will be analyzed before starting, not after finishing the project. In a multi-phase project, which of the following term refers to a decision to continue with the next phase or to end the project? And you have to choose two from these four. And I think again the answer is very clear. One, you guys are well aware of it. The second one, you have to be like, think. Smart, yes, good. Mosul, no. Mosul, your first answer is okay. Still no. Hari, yes. Ganesh, your last one is not. What is it? What it could be? One is kill point and another one is phase gate. As I said, one you are aware about it, kill point you have never heard it, but kill point is also the same thing. That whether to continue or not. Go or no go happens at the time of. Go or no go happens at the time of. You can type it on the chat. Exactly, business case. Go or no go happens at the time of business case or before charter. Yes, very nice. Good. Next, what are activity cost estimate made up of? Easy answer. Let's go. Supporting data or additional information needed to justify the cost estimates. Estimates on probable cost necessary to finish the project work, including direct cost and contingency reserves. Estim- Estimates on probable cost necessary to finish project work based on the responsive bids obtained from vendors. Estimates on probable cost necessary to finish project work, including direct cost, contingency reserves, and indirect cost. Wow, very nice. One answer is quite complete. Osman, yes, very nice. Navid, yes, good. Hari, yes, very good, 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 good. B and D are quite good. D has one word extra, which is what? Indirect cost. So yes, D is better answer than B. So as I said, you will always find two close answers. Once you have to select which one is better. A and C are totally irrelevant from the topic. Next, what is the process to create a project budget? Take the rough order magnitude and decompose into work package. Combine all estimates and agree name for the entire project. Submit this to the sponsor and modify. Then agreed upon final cost estimate is budget. No. Estimate cost necessary to finish project work, including direct cost, labor cost, serves, and contingency reserve, and create a S curve with cost on y-axis and time on x-axis. I think answer is very simple. You can easily find out. Motion, yes. Small, yes. Ganesh, no. Yes, Ganesh, good. The agreed upon final cost estimate is the budget. Very good. So B was the answer. Perfect. Let's go next. The PM is using the time phase budget to measure the cost performance. Time phased budget. What is it called? Cost baseline, cost estimates, cost consolidation, or rough order of magnitude. Tricky, right? Hari, yes. Naved, yes. Usman, no. Naved, yes. Good. Look, rough order magnitude we use at the time of planning, not in the cost consolidation we do at the time of monitoring and controlling. But cost consolidation happens at the time of aggregation, which is what? Our planning. So these two cannot be the answer because the question is at the monitoring and control. So in monitoring and controlling, you have to maintain the baseline. Agreed or not? Your company is designing a game. In order to see if the game is easy for the children, the team creates a prototype and then establish their test criteria. Then the team established test group of 100 boys and 100 girls, all between the age of 3 and 5, at 50 different schools. The prototype will then be modified and rolled out across the country. What are they engaged in? Benchmarking, design of experiment, statistical sampling, or force field analysis? Again, I think the answer is easy now. What they are doing? Ganesh, no, they are not doing this. Yes. Motion, no. Navid, yes, very nice. They're giving the figures by yourself: 100 boys, 100 girls between age 3 and 5 from 50 schools and 30 states. They are doing the statistical sampling. They are not doing force field analysis. What is force field analysis? How many forces are in interest and how many forces are against? Design of experiments. You do so many things to find out a solution. Benchmarking, collect requirement technique to check that how we match with our competitors in terms of standards or performance. So C was a better answer because it matches with the statistical sampling. You might have thought about design of experiment, but they didn't practice anything here. Look, the prototype will then be modified and rolled out across the country. They didn't add anything or something to make a change, a proper change in the prototype. What is the main focus of QA? QA is focused on processes and procedures. QA is focused on measuring the output of work package. Really? QA work on the process or product? QA is working on the process. And it results in a shorter schedule. Why? Who's asking for the shorter schedule? So yes, A is the better answer, which is 70. Yes, Mohsen, Hari, and Naveed, you are right. Usman, yes, and Ganesh, yes. Good. So that was our question number 70. Our speed is good. We are going good. 2 minutes we are taking. The PM is reviewing the quality control chart with the team and the product owner, which means we are discussing agile. The response time have been going down over the iterations, but are still above the upper control limit. What does that mean? When the control limit is different, we have what we have. If you don't look at it, if the things are out of control, what we call it? Processes. What happened? No, when the things are out of the control limit. Yes, we call it processes unstable. So let's read the project's quality. Project's quality is outside the quality standard set for the project. The project's burn down rate is above normal. The project standards are too high. The project quality is above expectations. It's not for sure above expectation. And Standard is not set too high. The burn down has nothing to do with control chart. Burn down is used for the performance, not for the process, isn't it? So yes, A is, all of those who have answered A is the correct answer. That project quality is outside the quality standard set for the project, not above expectation, because above expectation will be what? What we call it above expectation? Above expectation is called as gold plating. Are you guys forget? Next, what is the purpose of decomposing the project work into WBS? To create a smaller, more manageable chunks, which can be better estimated, to create a sequence of work, to select the requirement that will be included in the project to the satisfaction of a stakeholder and a sponsor, to draw potential options to complete the work so the stakeholders and the team member agree on the method used. No, 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 no. Yes, Ganesh, Hari, and Navid, you are correct. Mohsen, yes, exactly. A is the best answer here. Explains everything what we need to be, what we need to have. Very nice. Number 20, which of the following is the correct definition of the critical path? Let's see how much you have in your memory. The critical path is the fastest path through the network diagram which represent the longest time in which the project can be completed. Is the shortest path? No, it cannot be the shortest path. The critical path is the earliest path. Earliest path? What is earliest path? There's nothing called earliest path. The critical path is the longest path through the network diagram which represent the shortest time in which the project can be completed. So decide A or D. Naved, no. Naman, no. Mohsin, yes. Hari, no. Nothing called fastest. Nothing called as fastest. D is the right answer. The word fastest itself is wrong, Bala. Shortest, we can say, but not fastest. Wow, 21. It should be easy then, because the answer options are easy. A team who is new to organization and working on projects have questions. He asked the PM to meet with him to discuss these items. The PM is delighted as his team member is taking. Look, this information will only waste your time. The team member asks if we must complete the software before we can create the user manual. What type of dependency exists between two work packages? And I think you know the answer. Exactly. Noman, Ganesh, yes. Motion, yes. What about others? Keep going. Usman, no. Usman, what happened? Must. When it comes to must, it becomes what mandatory dependency, and mandatory means finish to start. Integrating the project management plan. What is the primary component? Output of the planning process, when the product will be phased out, when the project will be chartered, or administrative duties of the PM. Integrating the project management plan. Integrating the project management plan means no hurry. And that product relation has nothing to do with the project manager. And project management plan comes after the charter. So it cannot be the answer. How can you think like this? Project management plan comes after the charter, so C cannot be the answer. And administrative duties of the project manager will happen at the time of execution. and you are at planning stage. So output of the planning process is the answer. Did you guys get the explanation what I said? Product has nothing to do with project manager. Charter will be done before the project management plan, and execution will be done after the project management plan. The product owner is on vacation. A decision must be made on change. What should team reference to determine next step? Charter, change management plan, project timeline, or configuration management plan? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? The decision is about change. So answer should be is for the changes. All of you are correct. Change management plan. And the thing is about change, it has to be the change answer. I think how many have? 3 more. You are working on a project that is part of a program. All the projects within the program are being managed in an agile way. What is a good technique to get the project team aligned? Hold one daily stand-up meeting for all the project. All can never be the right answer. That's what I taught you, right? All. Develop one project management plan or conduct a scrum of scrums. Now you know the answer. I validated 2 for you. Yes, Usman. Yes, Naveed. Good. Yes, Hari. Yes, Ganesh. It is scrum of scrums where you scale for meetings. All will never be the right answers. And you cannot treat one with all. It has to be specific. Correct? Next, you inform the sponsor that the PM project management plan will continuously increase in the level of details as the when I read this line, I know what should be the answer. And you should tell me what is the answer. What is this process known as? Exactly, Usman. Exactly, Ganesh. Very nice. Good. Will continuously increase in the level of detail as the time passes by. It is called as no. No, wait, what happened? Hurry, yes. It is called as progressive elaboration. As the time passes by, the clarity will get more better. More information will be available. That is what we call it, progressive elaboration. Resource planning has nothing to do with it. Scope creep is totally different. And life cycle also has nothing to do with it. The organization is exploring a new project where there are many unknowns, and most of the work to be done is designing software to build the best solution in collaboration with the customer. You find your keywords. Which project management approach is best? And answer is very easy, right? Majority of you have already answered. And look, there are 2 ways. I gave you the keywords unknown and collaboration. It's 100% agile. That's correct. I already taught you another method of elimination, which means if you find the similar answers, they can never be the right answer. This is another technique of, if you cannot detect it from the keywords, detect like this. So if you look at it, B, C, and D, they are the similar meanings. So they can never be the right answer. Next, the business determines that the project you are managing must be based on a plan-driven project management approach. This is partially due to the SMART objectives the steering committee has set for the project. In the acronym SMART, what does A stand for? It could not be the awesome, right? It could not be the adjusted. So remaining is Naman, yes. Hari, yes. Motion, yes. Ganesh, yes. Achievable.